let's get into the relegation race, shall we? Started at the top, now we're at the bottom. Just few teams in it, I would say.
Yeah, I would
I
say
mean,
5.
yeah, Everton's looking like they're probably 3 points away from being clean and clear.
If they beat Liverpool in that Merseyside derby tomorrow, I would say yes.
I
Don't think
think
that'll
if
happen.
they, yeah, I don't think so either. But I mean, Everton still play Burnley, which they win that match. I think they'll be safe.
I think they also play Luton as well.
There you go. So
So
we
they
got
don't play. They
Everton
don't play.
sitting.
Sorry, they don't play Burnley. They play Sheffield and
That's
Everton
it.
or and
That's it.
Luton. Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. So we got Everton 16th place, sitting on 30 points, 33 matches played. So they still have 5 matches left. You got Forest, who the Everton just beat, on 34 games played, 26 points. Luton, 34 matches played, 25 points. Burnley, 34 matches played, 23 points. Somehow, miraculously, Burnley are still in this. And if Nottingham Forest win this weekend, Sheffield United will officially be relegated as they are on 16 points with 33 games played.
Yeah, Sheffield United are pretty much done. We've known
Yeah.
that for a while.
So we're not going to talk about them anymore, but they will have their say on who else gets relegated, most likely, as they play Everton and Forest still this season.
So it could help Luton and Burnley out. We'll see, huh?
It could. It could. So Forest, Luton, and Burnley only separated by 3 points. How do you see this playing out? Because I'll be honest with you, these teams have been so inconsistent this season. I don't know who's going to get points, if they're going to get any, or what version of these teams is going to show up.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Forest. I think they could get 6 points from their remaining fixtures, playing Sheffield United and Burnley. So 6 points for them. I mean, that would be huge. That'd put them over at 31. Or pardon me, not 31. That would put them at 32. Luton, who's right below them and fighting. I see Luton getting maybe 4 points. Maybe 6. Which still wouldn't be enough.
Who do you have
Burnley.
Luton beating for their 3 of their 4 points or 6 points?
I think they could beat Everton at
Okay.
Kenilworth Road. I also think maybe they could potentially get something against Fulham on the final day at Kenilworth Road, because Fulham are safe, happy, mid-table, really nothing to play for. Whereas Luton, I think, will be fighting. So I could see
Yeah.
something happening there, which is
Yeah, and
why I
then
think
you could throw the West Ham game in there as well, because you never know which West Ham team is going to show up.
true. Burnley,
Okay.
I don't see Burnley getting anything, man. I mean, they play United, Newcastle, Tottenham, and then Forest on the final day. I think they will be relegated by the time they get to that Forest game.
Yeah, especially if the other teams pick up even a point. Yeah, I think you're right there. Okay.
What about you?
I
What are your
mean,
thoughts?
this for me, Forest is the wild card here because I've seen them play wonderfully this season, and I've also seen them play like Chelsea, where they're just abysmal at times. I mean, they look like the reason why I bring up Chelsea is they look like a bunch of players that just get thrown into a team,
Yeah.
which they are. Forest, for me, I mean, it's theirs to lose pretty much, right? If they pick up, 6 points. I mean, they do play Chelsea second to last day of the season. So that one could go any way. They'll have their say in the title race when they play City. I don't expect them to win, but you never know. I think if Burnley isn't relegated by the end of the season, I think Luton probably stands the best chance of staying up
What's crazy
because
is,
they play each other.
yes, what's crazy is looking at all this, Forest were deducted points. I think without any point deductions, Luton would be long gone. Luton and Burnley.
Yeah, it would definitely be an uphill battle, and I think you're probably right. But we're here, and they have point deductions. Everton, luckily for them, have
Got
pretty
some
much
back.
survived. Yeah, but I don't know this. this could go any way. I think it's a little more clear cut than the title race, but it could go any way. I mean, Sheffield United's done. They'll be in the championship next season. But I mean, Burnley have picked up 6 points in the last 5 games, which is more than every team above them in this relegation race except for Everton, who've picked up 7. So it's anyone's ball game. It's really about who steps up and performs and wants to stay in the Premier League the most. Also, it's not Burnley because they have one, or sorry, not Forest because they have one. Who am I talking about? Who plays Tottenham and United and that Forest? No,
That's Burnley.
Burnley. It's not Burnley. Stick with
Yeah,
my original saying.
Yeah, they play United, Newcastle, and then Tottenham, and then final day play Forest.
Yeah, so I think Burnley's doomed, but this will go down to the wire for Luton and Forest, in my opinion. I think Everton's probably safe.
Out of those two, which one do you want to stay up? Luton or Forest?
Luton.
Really?
Yeah. I
Why?
love Kenilworth Road. I love the games there. I love watching them there. I love the fight in the squad. It's just like they never seem down and out. So
They really don't, huh? They have had some scrappy games there.
yeah, and against
Kenilworth
big
Road.
teams too. I mean, they lost to Liverpool in the last minute, or drew them last minute.
Liverpool.
They were beating. They almost beat Arsenal. Declan Rice getting the goal at the last minute.
Same with City. I think City
Same with
barely
City.
beat them at Kenilworth Road.
Yeah. So we're talking about massive teams here that, their budgets probably that they spend in a season could buy Kenilworth Road. So, yeah, I would love to see Luton stay up, if not for one season, maybe a couple, just to see what, a couple $100 million into their, coffers would do for them as a team. See how good they could actually get. Forest, on the other hand, I mean, they've spent so much money and have so many new players all the time. I don't know how they're sitting 17th. So they're going to complain about every little thing that goes against them. They can go down.
I do feel like they have the better players, though.
They do,
Forest.
100%.
Morgan Gibbs-White, Awanyi, Alanga, Hudson-Odoi,
Tavernier.
Gioreino's.
Or is that Bournemouth?
That's Bournemouth.
Yeah, Gioreino is there.
Gioreino
not playing
there on
much,
loan,
but
yeah.
So
I do feel like even the Brazilian center back Murillo.
Yeah, Murillo.
He's
and
looking
they
pretty.
got Danilo in the middle of the park as well.
Yeah, so I think
Speaking of Brazilian players,
I think Forest have the better players. That's why I'd be bummed if they went down. But like I said, I picked Luton at the beginning of the season, man. So I gotta stick by my Luton team.
yeah, I mean, I picked the 3 that came up to go down, but I'm gonna stick with you, man. Luton are the feel-good story. We need at least one at the bottom of the table.
And like you said, man, it's their fight. It's their fight in these games. I will say they didn't show much fight this last game against Brentford, but
no.
But we'll see how they do the rest of the season. It'll be interesting. On that note, we thank you guys for listening so much. Make sure to check us out on our Instagram, TikTok, Brews FC, Brews Banter FC. Follow us on the YouTube. Hit like, subscribe, follow, all the fun stuff. Give us 5 stars on Spotify or wherever you're listening to this on your podcast platform. On that note, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers. Today's episode is brought to you by Acorn Hills Clothing Company. Sustainable clothing, biodegradable packaging, tree planted for every purchase, and a percentage of their sales donated to charities.
Yeah, and that's not even the best part. They give you these plantable clothing tags with every purchase. Pretty much greatest idea ever.
That's
And
awesome.
the QR code right here for planting instructions. So make sure you go to www.acornhillsco.com and use Brews15. That is BREWS15 at checkout for 15% off and have your tree planted today.
Yes, don't forget to use our code Brews15 at checkout for 15% off. This is one you don't want to miss, guys.